Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Morning Garden Late Show. Late Show. I put up um, a video. Maybe yesterday I put up a video that I shot at a box, which was Home Depot. It got a lot of good hits. I mean, people came from all over and watched that video, and I appreciate people coming in and watching the video. It was one of the most popular videos I ever put up, and it was entitled "Many Gardeners Are Going to Get Priced Out of Gardening This Year." Hello, how you doing? Somebody just gave me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Hello. But I'm up late tonight because I had some house cleaning to do, and that came out pretty good. I'm learning a lot about using a vacuum cleaner. But so anyway, uh, if you take, well, let me tell you real quick. If you take the canister and stick it down into a trash receptacle and shake it a little bit, all the stuff comes out. You close it. Um, Prices for gardening supplies are and plants are outrageous. Not just high. It's outrageous, and it is. It is because I am looking at prices. Some of my old packs of seed, and I see pack of seeds for $1.59. Now those same seeds are $3. Excuse me, and that was just a few years ago. Um, it showed plants that I looked for, and I was amazed. Even I was amazed. I saw plants that were $5 a piece for one single plant. You imagine over or underwatering that and having it down on you. You'll feel it. You'll feel that. Um, and it got like some of the stores got warranties on them. You can bring them back, but $5 for one single plant. Let me tell you something, folks. Wow. Even the seeds, even the price of seeds have gotten crazy. They've gotten totally crazy. I cannot even could imagine that they would look like that this year. But they said that the U.S. was having problems this year getting uh, the regular prices for fertilizers. Fertilizers are going to be outrageously priced, and they were. I went to some of the stores and looked at some of the packaging that was once a bag at one time was $7. Now it's 14. Um, and you don't have to buy fertilizer. The great thing about fertilizer is that you don't have to buy it. Um, you can buy it if you choose. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I buy fertilizer when I see a $10 bag that's $2. I might go ahead and get it for the hell of it, just for the hell of it, because I got some free money to blow. That's the only reason why I'll get it. But um, I had some old seeds around. I collect my seeds from my plants that I grow. I started doing more of that actually. Now I'll give you a good example. I don't really care for tomatoes, but I think I will grow some this year because it's a very popular fruit, and I just want to have some around, because some people might need it. Um, and what I'm going to do is I will grow my own. Let me show you what I've been doing. I'm going to show you a pot. This is a pot. Now these are tomato plants in here, by the way. These are what's is it? Beefsteak tomatoes. We'll put in there on the 23rd. And you can see. And people might say, well, why you have them all in one pot? Because that's how I grow them. I grow things in bulk, and I could take a fork and scoop each one out as I need it. Um, this is a soil mix that I made, and folks, when I tell you, I make a lot of it because I'm not giving 7 for a small bag, which I would go through like that. I wouldn't handle it. It wouldn't even last. Um, which is going through putting these plants in like I do, and I got a lot more plants I got to put in. Everything from corn to beans and you name it. But these are, at any rate, these are tomatoes. Now, I don't need all of them. I'm probably going to need about 2, maybe 3 plants. But there's a friend of mine that I'm going to grow some for, and then turn those over to that person so they can grow some tomatoes. Now, these are not being grown out of a light. They're not being grown on a heat mat or nothing, because the heat mat is only going to make them these things germinate about 3 days um, faster, and I can wait. I don't need to pay the extra electricity for a heat mat. No, I don't. I don't personally. I stopped doing it. Um, and these were, believe it or not, these were planted when it's been cold some nights, and they still survive because I take a little bit of, I take this pot right here, which I bought from Walmart many years ago, and it's got this little reservoir in here. That's why I like it. It traps about that much water in the bottom, and so it can wick up, and that way I don't have to worry too much about um, plants drying out. And then I sprinkle the seeds on top of the medium that I made, and I make a lot of it. It might cost me, I don't know how many. I can fill up a ton of these size containers, and maybe it'll cost me 5 cents, 10 cents. But you go to the store and try to get that Miracle Grow stuff. I'm giving call it crap, but I'm not going to do that. But when I get the seeds, I simply just take the seeds and, you know, and just take the seeds and just do what I got to do with them. Put them in there, I sprinkle them on top. I don't bury them. People will tell you that about me. I don't bury my seeds. I just don't. I don't care. Um, well, if it's a really big seed, that big, I'll put the thinnest amount of material over top of it. Something like, it won't be it won't be buried 2 and 3 inches like some people suggest. I just don't do that. So anyway, I do this for me. I want them to come up fast, so I put them on the surface. Some of my seeds are actually lying on the surface when they germinate, and then they put their root down, and here you go. Just the results. Now these are growing okay. I'm feeding them a liquid feed, and I'm simply see that it's got to make this mix here. Let me just tell you that so you'll know. It's perlite, vermiculite, and peat moss. Perlite, and some people actually can mix a dry fertilizer in with a very little dry fertilizer in with it. They can do that if they choose to. I don't choose to do that because these plants right here are still feeding on their own energy. Now, I will use a liquid feed in the next day or two to start feeding these plants. And they got to be checked every day. When you're doing your own seedlings, check them every day. And the reason why you're doing that is because they can dry out in a heartbeat. Now, I have a room that I have them in where all my plants are just near a window. They're not near a light box. I just didn't have a light box on this year. That's all. I still have the shop light, and it's 4 feet long and all that. So it's good to go if I need it. If I need it, I got it. But I still have some in here coming up right there. I'm pointing at right there. I'm pointing at little short little thing here, right there. And the rest of them they're coming up like champions. Let me put that down before I drop it. Um, Early part of the day, all them wasn't up like that. I literally went in the room, cut the light out in here, and watched about 3 or 4 programs. Came back and I saw this. I kid you not. So plants want to survive, and they do it as quickly and as strong as they can because they want to survive. I went in the room. None of this was like this. I'm telling you, I did not see this like this. I cut the lights out in this room, and when I came back in here to do the show, I saw these and I said, well, why not share that with your audience and let them know that you're doing your seeds early this year, which I do every year, but this year was done a little late because I said I don't want really big plants to have to deal with until they go out. But these are going to get pretty big before I get a chance to put them out. Right now, tonight it is windy outside. I heard the wind whipping around while I was cleaning up. I got to use a vacuum cleaner tonight. Did a pretty good job too. I said use the hose and go in the corners and all that. I guess I got that right, but it came out pretty good. Now, what am I looking for here? Oh yeah. Um, the video that I did, many gardeners this year will be priced out of the out of gardening. And yeah, will be priced out of the garden. And the reason why I say that is because I saw what gave me the idea for that title is that I saw two guys, and they were looking at the plants. They were looking at the bushes and all that, and then they walked away. They looked for a long time. They really wanted to buy. You could see it, but when they looked at the price, $10 for a box it is, and $5 for one single plant, and it just a turn off. All of the stores online I went to, I used to go to Stock Brothers. Stock Brothers done got high as hell. Stock Brothers done ran their price up because they need to survive. Everybody wants money when they go to work, so you got to pay them. And when you go to buy plants or a tree or a bush or something like that, you're going to pay dearly for it because they know that based on looking at the numbers, you're buying this stuff for food. They know this. The only thing I can see that big companies like Barney's and all that, which sells really high price stuff, um, and that is that Barney's wish they could charge more. Barney's wish that they had the absolute control so you couldn't even grow anything without getting in touch with them. They're not the only ones who do that. Walmart, from my experience, they bring all these plants in there in the store. They water them once or twice, and then they leave them to die. When Walmart leaves their plants to die, you come in the store and you look at all these dried up plants, and when you look at them, you go, "Oh my goodness!" But see, I look at that as an opportunity when I see that. When I see that, when I see plants that people have handled and broke the stem or something like that, that's an opportunity for me because I'm not going to pay full price for this plant. I'm not. Somebody else might, but I won't pay it. The thing about it is they have a product that's on the shelf that when the season is over, basically for them, they bring a truck by. I have a video up of that as well. They have it, and they bring the truck by, and it collects all of these plants, throws them in there. Somebody might do a count of them or whatever, but some stores like Walmart never gives them away. And if you get some things from Walmart, if you're lucky to get something from Walmart will stick a crazy sale on them. Like I have all these plant squares with 72 square trays that are selling right now, I think for like $14, $15. I had so many I couldn't even, and what I went to go get them with was a town car. I loaded up the back seat, the trunk, and everything like that. I loaded them up, and they were 50 cents a piece. 50 cents a piece, because Walmart was done. And I went up there and I didn't say nothing. I grabbed the cart and I started loading them and putting them in the car, coming back, getting more, putting them in the car, coming back, getting more, until I couldn't take no more. Something said stop. And I stopped, and so when I came back, drove them home and unloaded, I said, go back and get some more. And when I got back up there, somebody else had stumbled on them and they were gone. They were gone. So I wasn't mad because I've been using the same pots and that sort of thing for probably about 3, maybe 4 years. That's how many I had. Not that I use them over again. That's how many I had. They were stacked all the way up, and they were stacks of them wide. So you can find some deals, but you got to remember that it's kind of difficult to find those deals. But stuff like soil, premium soil, they can get really pricey. Um, and people who are new to gardening um, don't know that there's a lot of things that they can make on their own. They could grow their own plants. They can make their own potting. They can make their own seed starter soils. They can make all that. They don't need to buy that stuff. I saw a guy out there while I was up there the last time, which was yesterday, and what was he doing? He was buying bags of mulch, and it was that kind of, it looks kind of a brownish orange, um, and that comes from pallets. They ground the pallets up and they spray them, and that uh, is great if you're going to use it on an ornamental plant. But if you're going to put it around food, excuse me, you don't know where that paint's been or what kind of paint it is. But it's used to paint the wood from the grounded up pallets. And they take them pallets, and they, after they use out their youthfulness and as far as setting packages on top of them, then they grind them up and paint them. And you buy them in bags for $4 and $5 a bag after they've been ground up. Um, um, so that being said, I love it. Gardening, I love it, and I keep on doing it. Well, it is now, I believe, wait a minute, what time is it now? Oh, okay. I knew it was around this time. And what I've done so far is I got a head jump on everything. I got peppers. Peppers grow a little bit slower than these tomatoes. These tomatoes jumped out of the ground, and they're doing really good. They're doing really good. They still have the seed shell on top of them, because these came out, like I said, they came out today, and they are definitely doing well. Now, I will start giving them, as I said earlier, a liquid feed mixed very, very low strength, because you can damage plants by giving them full strength feed. And plants, when you care for them properly, you can get some pretty strong plants and get a good jump on, putting them in the ground. You get a good jump on them. The next thing I got to get started is cucumbers. But if you watch the plants at the stores, they don't bring them all in at one time. When I went to the store, they primarily have cool season crop plants that are out there now. Then in a few more weeks, the next thing they'll bring will be plants like that can tolerate, the temperatures. As it gets warmer, they'll start bringing out collard greens. They'll start bringing out things like, oh God, what's the name? Cucumbers, things that they don't really care for a lot of cold. Okra don't care for a lot of cold, but they don't sell okra either, because okra is not as popular here in certain groups where people don't really care for okra. But For those who know what okra is and know what to do with it, it's very popular. And you can take that to the bank. But what I'm going to do before I go is I'm going to feed these plants tonight. Um, and it's a really good deal what I did. I got all this stuff started, and tonight I started two more. I started some jalapeno peppers. I started another pepper called chili peppers. And the reason why I started chili peppers is because primarily chili peppers, one of my favorites, again, chili peppers uh, I must get them started because I want the seeds. And it is a pepper that is great. You can dry it and everything, but I want the seeds. And chili peppers, and this is from a pack of chili peppers that the pack was almost empty. I poured what was in there into the soil. I did not cover them. I just simply poured them on the soil. The soil was really moist, and I know that that's going to allow for the water to pick up, to moisten that seed. And once that water enters that seed, that nucleus, and gets in there and it starts the reaction, the seed's going to push its root down in the ground and start standing up. The great thing about what I do is by not putting the seed under the soil 99% of the time is because I want to see the seed germinate. I've seen people, and there's nothing wrong with what they do. They do paper towels. They do all kind of different techniques. Me, I just simply lay them on top. Every day I check my plants, and when I check them, they are growing and they are doing fine. As I said earlier, I'm not putting them on a heat mat. I'm not putting them under light or none of that. And that old saying, people tell you, "Oh, take the seeds trays and put them on top of the refrigerator." Well, that was good advice back in the day, where those old refrigerators had the motor up top and all that. That was one thing. But today, refrigerators don't have no motor up top. So that gets warm. Ain't no heat on the top of a refrigerator. And people are still saying that today. Put them on top of a refrigerator. They are. I'm telling you, they're still saying it. And these seeds, the seeds that you see there that are growing, I got the whole pack when it was full, and I think I paid 50 cents for it. It's right here. I paid 50 cents for the seeds. Now, when they grow, I will get seeds from those tomatoes, and I will get seeds from the first tomato and the biggest tomato. That's what I'll get. That way, I know I got some premium seeds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. It's been the Morning Gardener, and it is in the morning, just very early. Take care now and have a good evening. Thank you.